with me, not against me.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 thriller The Passenger. The film is directed by Carter Smith and it stars Kyle Gallner and Johnny Berchtold. Now this focuses on Kyle Gallner's character Benson and Johnny Berchtold's character Randolph. And they both work at a fast food restaurant. Randolph is a little bit of a recluse, keeps to himself, he's a bit cowardly, a bit quiet, and he's being savagely bullied by another one of the employees this one particular morning before opening time. And Kyle Gallner's character Benson tries to intervene, the bully kind of turns on him a little bit and he decides he's had enough and he gets a shotgun from his car and begins shooting. At the end of that, he takes Randy hostage, basically. Takes him in his car and they drive around this small American town. Randy's obviously terrified for his life. Benson's character is completely unhinged at this point, and he insists that Randy tells him about himself so that he can right the wrongs of his past in order for him to move forward with his future. Right, what are my thoughts on The Passenger? Well, this is a film that was recommended, and I forget which video. I watched a YouTube video a few days ago now, and they were talking about like hidden gems that had kind of been missed in 2023, and I'm all over that. I love a good hidden gem, and this is a film I hadn't heard of in 2023. And when they'd finished describing to me what this film was about, I immediately sought it out to watch. Now, while the concept here has been done before in films, where somebody takes somebody hostage in a car and they drive around the city doing certain tasks. It's not new, really, by any stretch of the imagination. I think I quite like these intimate pieces in regards to films, character pieces. And this film, even though there are other people in it, obviously, it's mainly about these two characters, Benson and Randy. So you've got these two actors interacting constantly throughout the film. You've got one in fear of his life and you've got the other one completely unhinged, and it's just, I love that sort of thing. It's quite mesmerising to watch actually at times. Now this doesn't work if you don't have actors that can deliver performances. Now, and what you do get here in this film is two actors that absolutely deliver. Now, the early focus on the performance is on Kyle Gallner's Benson, the unhinged one, that's had enough, basically, and has a bit of a Michael Douglas moment, from falling down, to say the least. His performance is wonderful. Throughout the whole picture, it's wonderful. It's, like I say, it's unhinged, focused, intense, and even though I have seen him in quite a few movies in the past, he's never really stood out to me, and this is the performance that's raised an eyebrow for me. I think he delivers an outstanding performance, and it deserves to get noticed. And then you've got the other end of the scale. You've got Johnny Berchtold's performance as Randy, who is this guy who is meek and mild anyway, and then he's got this intense character Benson that takes him hostage. So you've got this character who is completely and utterly terrified, and initially he gets overshadowed by the other character, the Benson, the unhinged one, but he slowly makes his way into the movie, makes his way into to get noticed, and you realise as the film goes on that wow, he delivers an incredibly layered and impressive performance too, and they both absolutely complement each other. And I just think, for me, I love watching movies where the central performances are just bang on point, and it just completely, engages your attention throughout. And thankfully the story as well is so brilliantly made, in a sense of you're on edge all the time, very much like the Randy character. You're on edge like him all the time, because this Benson character is like a time bomb. He's ready to go off. You don't know who he's going to go off with and why and for what reason, but he's going to do it. It could be a random waitress in a restaurant, it could be someone serving fuel at a petrol station, it could be a teacher that used to teach him when he was little, and all these scenarios are presented in this film, you know what I mean, that normal everyday people cope with perfectly well, and he definitely doesn't cope with these situations very, very well at all. And there are more than a few shocking moments in this film. The initial when he makes a decision early in the film that's it, I've had it, and he gets a shotgun from his boot, from the boot of his car, and what he proceeds to do then in the burger place that he works, it's very shocking, very, very intense, and very, very brutal, and it doesn't really let up throughout the film. You think that Randy's starting to get through to him, you think there's a relationship being built between them, and then something else happens and you feel like you're back to square one, and it's one of those films that you're just not sure what's going to happen, where it's going to go ultimately. Is he going to completely lose it, this Benson, and go on a massive killing spree, or is this Randy going to make a connection with him? And you just genuinely don't know what this film is going to do. And I have to say, I was immensely impressed with the film, and I suspect it's a film that many of you haven't seen either if you're watching this review, and if you have, I would hope that you kind of feel the same way as me. I love finding these kind of hidden gems. This is definitely a film I strongly recommend, guys, if you like a well-made thriller that kind of holds you at the edge of your seat now and again, with superbly impressive performances, and some very, very tense moments, and some occasional graphic violence. But ultimately, when you strip all that away, right at the forefront of this film is two very complex characters that are superbly performed by two very, very strong acting performances. So I do very much recommend The Passenger. I'm very, very pleased that I did, and if you're looking for a nice, well-made hidden gem from 2023, definitely seek The Passenger out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I certainly wasn't. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'll be back with plenty more reviews and content, of course, on the channel very, very soon.